Hey guys, what's up? This is Parasite, and in today's video, I'm going to be making a class setup video for you submachine gun players. As some of you may know, I just recently started running a submachine gun for my team in respawn game modes such as hardpoint. I still run a AR and capture the flag, and then well S&D. It really doesn't matter what you run. It's just about playing a certain way. But for you subs that run a submachine gun, I'm going to go ahead and explain to you a few of my classes and as to why I make these classes and what I basically use them for. So one thing you'll notice right away on all my classes is that I use double EMPs. Well, the double EMP is extremely effective because if you're a player that kind of roams around the map and kill whores and kind of cuts off at certain points in the game, EMPs do a lot of work because you can kind of throw them in certain directions and spot people and catch them off guard while their HUD is down. So that's why I use those double EMPs. Also, you can use them to destroy trophies. A lot of people don't understand that the player that runs double EMP shouldn't just be chucking EMPs all around the map. There's actually points in time where you need to break a setup and your EMP placement is crucial because the trophies around the map that the enemy team sets up to like prevent smokes and stuff like that. If you can't pop smokes or you can't get like good pushes on an area because it's being held down by people and head glitches, then you're not going to get through. These EMPs come in handy because you can kind of throw them on walls, throw them at certain corners of buildings, and blow up trophies on like the other side. So I use EMPs now because I'm really good at like kind of my grenade placement and where I toss these EMPs to destroy trophies and stuff like that. So let me go over each individual class for you guys real quick. My first class is a lightweight toughness hardwired dexterity class with double EMPs. This class is basically used versus teams that spam a lot of EMPs. So if you notice that you're getting hit by a lot of EMPs throughout the game, you can quickly just switch to this class. The thing about an SMG player is that they got to be, on their feet at all times. They got to be ready to switch their classes every once in a while because the game is at a meta where the point is where you start spamming with certain things off the start, then you switch completely half game, and then you just go back and forth based on what the other team's using. So uh, this class is basically used to counter people that use a ton of EMPs. So yeah, this next one is obviously used to counter people that use a lot of like stuns. Occasionally you'll counter teams that just kind of spam stuns. They don't even like throw EMPs very much. They just start like stunning, nading, stunning and nading, stunning and nading. And the thing that's good about this class is that if you get stunned, well, you're unstunned because of the tac mask. And if people are tossing nades at you and stuns, the thing about nades is that you can kind of dodge them because you can see them coming through the air, but a stun has a bigger radius. So if it hits anywhere like near you, it's going to hit you with that stun. So if you have tac mask, you won't get stunned. And you can dodge nades because you have lightweight, so you move around quicker. Next, you have the flak jacket class. This class is I use this a lot actually because one thing you'll notice is, put it this way, when you're playing an enemy team and they're using a lot of nades, chances are a lot of time they're gonna have a lot of EMPs because the thing you'll notice is a lot of teams when they spam nades, they always have like a guy using double EMPs or they use the EMP. They don't use very many stuns if they spam a ton of nades. It's weird because I mean you can kind of just like picture the other team's class setups. You got a guy with trophies, you got a guy with two guys with not double nades, but you have two guys with nades. Chances are one guy's gonna be running double EMPs and the other guys might be running like a stun or a smoke. So I mean that one stun isn't really gonna harm you throughout the entirety of the game as much as all the nades that are going to be hitting you. And then the EMPs you can kind of just brush off by using teamwork and say, okay, I'm EMP'd, where's the enemy? You know what I mean? But then this class again, like I said, is for the ones that spam it. The teams that you honestly can't see your HUD for the whole game, that's the team you need to be running hardwired versus because that is honestly such a huge deficit, especially if you're not hitting them back with the MPs. Anyways, so that's the class again for if they're being spammed by nades and stuff like that. Now here, this class you'll notice I don't have anything on. And you'll ask why I have hardwired and flak jacket on. Well, this class is basically used for a lot of indoor hard points. So let's say your team has the control. You have the good spawn. You don't really need to be spamming a lot of tacticals and stuff like that if you're spawning close to the hill because you don't need to break anything. kitchen, for example. When you're in the kitchen, it's a very closed hard point. There's not a lot of like openness in it. So chances are the things that can harm you the most are frag grenades or semtexes and EMPs because they have a radius. Realistically, one stun coming through a door, you can kind of like dodge and move maneuver around it, but the EMPs go through walls and pillars and all that stuff. So if EMP hits relatively near you, it's gonna EMP you. And then again, if a frag comes through the door, those are a little bit harder to dodge, so flak jacket's another good thing to do. That's like a lot of people don't really understand this, but at this point in the game, you should really start to acknowledge your surroundings, your scenarios, your hills, and kind of like pinpoint what kind of hills they are. Let's say kitchen. Kitchen's a very closed hill, so the things that are going to do the most damage to you will be frags, nades, whatever, and EMPs. Stuns, not so much. Then you have open hills like the basketball hill. The basketball hill can basically harm you with EMPs and tacticals because it's a very open hill. Open hills, you can kind of look over the walls and see nades. I mean, those really won't harm you at all. But the thing about tactical like EMPs and uh, stuns is they have a bigger radius, so if they kind of land away from you in the openness, it's still gonna hit you. But a nade, it's kind of got a smaller radius and you can dodge it. So let's say like open hill, like basketball, you can use the same class. Let's take off that, and then strap on this. And boom, you have the same, you have protection from all that stuff. And then you say you get a closed hill like kitchen, or middle on standoff, or grandma's on standoff. Like grandma's is a perfect example. The chances of teams throwing stuns through the window is very slim. It's very hard to even get near the grandma's hill to throw stuns, but you can lob an EMP across the map and hit anywhere near the grandma building and it will EMP you. You can get near the building and toss a nade through the building and it could kill you instantly out of the hill because it's such a closed hill. Why would you need tac mask on that hill? Why? You wouldn't, right? And then you have the market, not the market hill. What other open hill can I think of that, let's say, tac mask and stuff would be useful? Ring hill. Ring hill, you can kind of like watch nades and stuff like that and dodge them. But the thing about EMP is that EMP obviously kind of would hit the like anywhere near the ring. It's going to EMP you. And a stun is so crucial on that hill because if you can stun a guy on that head glitch, you're going to kill him. A nade, if you see a nade coming at you, you can just easily move over to the different rocks or anything like that. It's not difficult to dodge. So you gotta, when you're playing hardpoint, you really gotta keep in mind the type of hill that you're playing. Don't just think of it as any other hill and stick with the same class the whole game. Try to mix up what you're doing, what kind of like how you're making plays and how you're like countering the other team's meta. Because, I mean, teams still are late to catch on to that, to watch kill cams, watch the perks they're using, and counter against them. Because the thing is, all it takes is one effective break, right? One effective break, and it's not hard to do. Let's say the team gets set up on the hill, right? And you push them once with whatever classes you have at the moment, and you die. Watch that kill cam, because if they haven't died, they're going to have the same classes. Am I right? They're going to have the same classes. And all you need to do at that point is counter them. Let's say you see, okay, the anchor has lightweight and tac mask, but he doesn't have flak jacket. What are you going to do? Put on a grenade. Put on 2 grenades. Push that anchor. Push him out. Let's say you see the hill. The hill has lightweight, tac mask, hardwired, lightweight. Like, what do? You throw nades in there. Let's say you see that they don't have tac mask. Start spamming stuns. Like, you watch the kill cam and you adjust your play style to that particular thing. The one thing that I think is very important and very consistent for teams to have on, though, is one player with this double EMP. That's why I use it, because this double EMP is effective in breaking the trophies, and then the other 2 SMGs on the team can kind of switch it up every once in a while, depending on the other team's meta. Because this EMP, not only will it EMP the team, but it'll also destroy trophies so that the other 2 players can throw grenades and throw stuns and throw smokes and all that stuff to break certain hills. So anyways, my final class that I didn't get to show you because I didn't have enough class slots. I want to make that one. It's just my break class. Really, it's just this. I mean, it's just for off the break. When you start off the game, you can kind of push the hill extremely quick without having to worry about running at a sprint. Well, those are all my classes for Hardpoint. Uh, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the explanation, like about the hills and the type of scenarios you get and all that sort of good stuff. I really hope it helps your game out. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a favorite, subscribe, whatever. Do what you want to do. Do whatever you want to do with the video. If you want to share it, go ahead. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.